Of God was to destroy the devil's work, prophecy and fulfillment. The Bible, a sacred and timeless book, is woven with prophecies that unveil God's redemptive plan for humanity. One of the most significant prophecies is found in Genesis 3 verse 15, where God declares that the seed of the woman will crush the head of the serpent, symbolizing the defeat of the devil's work. This prophecy reaches its fulfillment in 1 John 3 verse 8, where the Apostle John proclaims that the Son of God appeared to destroy the works of the devil, revealing the ultimate victory of Christ over the powers of darkness. Genesis 3 verse 15. The prophecy. In Genesis 3, we encounter the tragic account of the fall of humanity. Adam and Eve disobey God's command and eat from the forbidden tree, bringing sin and its consequences into the world. As a result, God pronounces judgment on the serpent, the embodiment of evil and temptation, saying, "And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and hers. He will crush your head, and you will strike his heel." In this profound prophecy, God unveils his plan for redemption through the offspring of the woman. It speaks of a future deliverer, the Messiah, who will triumph over the power of sin and evil, symbolized by the serpent. This promise instills hope in humanity, foreshadowing the ultimate defeat of the devil's work through the coming of the Son of God. 1 John 3 verse 8. The fulfillment. In the New Testament, the Apostle John eloquently proclaims the fulfillment of the prophecy in Genesis 3 verse 15 through Jesus Christ. In 1 John 3 verse 8 he declares, "The reason the Son of God appeared was to destroy the devil's work." Through his incarnation, life, death, and resurrection, Jesus accomplishes the defeat of the devil's works and provides a pathway to victory over sin and darkness. By coming to earth as the Son of God, Jesus inaugurates the restoration of humanity's relationship with God and deals a decisive blow to the devil's power and influence. His redemptive work brings forgiveness, salvation, and reconciliation to all who believe in him. Teachings and day-to-day applications. The prophecy in Genesis 3 verse 15 and its fulfillment in 1 John 3 verse 8 carry profound teachings and applications for believers. God's faithfulness. The fulfillment of the prophecy underscores God's faithfulness in keeping his promises. Across generations and centuries, God's plan for redemption remains steadfast, culminating in the victory of Christ over the devil. The power of redemption. The prophecy and fulfillment reveal the incredible power of God's redemption through Jesus Christ. No matter how deep and pervasive sin may be, Christ's sacrifice has the capacity to break its hold over humanity. Hope and victory. The fulfillment of the prophecy brings hope to believers, assuring us that victory over sin and evil is attainable through our faith in Christ. It empowers us to live victoriously in the midst of a fallen world. The nature of Christ's mission. The fulfillment emphasizes the purpose of Jesus' appearance on earth, to destroy the devil's work. It reminds us that Christ's ministry was not just about teaching but also about defeating the forces of darkness. Freedom from bondage. The fulfillment of the prophecy declares that believers are no longer slaves to sin and the devil's power. Through Christ, we are set free to live righteous and holy lives. In day-to-day life, the understanding of this prophecy and its fulfillment encourages believers to stand firm in their faith and resist the temptations of the devil. It motivates us to live in alignment with Christ's victory, rejecting the influences of sin and evil in our lives. Moreover, it calls us to extend Christ's redemptive love to others, sharing the hope of salvation with those who are still trapped in the devil's works. Conclusion. The prophecy in Genesis 3 verse 15, foretelling the defeat of the devil's work through the seed of the woman, finds its ultimate fulfillment in Jesus Christ, as revealed in 1 John 3 verse 8. This remarkable fulfillment reveals God's faithfulness, his redemptive power, and the hope of victory over sin and evil through the Son of God. As believers, we rejoice in the fulfillment of this prophecy, finding assurance in Christ's triumph over the devil and his works. May we continually walk in the freedom and victory that Christ provides, standing firm against the forces of darkness, and sharing the message of his redeeming love with the world around us.